Right. I'd say we're ready to go. I shall not leave you in anticipation any longer.
Good.
Right. Let me just switch this over to face cam. Bam! Also set up tall and nice for the camera. I'm assuming I can be heard. Oh, Marco just texted me. I'm reacting to it now. Okay. Let me just test chat, see if it's working. Hello. And send. Yep, there it is, right in the corner. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. I think we're ready. So, hello my co-highs. Hope you're all doing well. I am your host, Tyranno Senpai, and welcome to something I didn't think I'd ever say, to a reaction to Walking with Dinosaurs, as the trailer for it has finally dropped. Completely out of nowhere, with only really a day's worth of fanfare. But who cares? It's Walking with Dinosaurs. We're all here for it. And joining me is the one and only, the Mesozoic Mind.
Hello there. Very excited to see your reaction to this. I already saw it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
remember how I felt to it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's get started.
I've been hearing a couple nice things about it, but let's just stop playing these games. Let's actually see the damn thing. All right, here goes. We've waited 25 years for this. The tiny clues pieced together. Ooh, Quetzalcoatlus. Some hadrosaurs. Oh, Spino! Trike. Alberto?
Yes.
Whoa! Big balloonies on the face. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Oh, Lord. Oh! Those raptors. Oh my
They look
god.
pretty damn good.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
A lot to unpack here. Wow.
Short but sweet.
And to the point. Oh,
Yeah.
I probably realized I should have been sharing my screen. Hold on. There you go.
That's fine. Like I said, I already seen it, so it's fine.
Okay. So I know that they mentioned that, like, in this version, they're gonna have like paleontologists talk about, the discoveries they made that led to these stories. I'm assuming because all the fossils, all the central sort of characters, I guess, are going to be based on actual fossil finds that they uncovered.
It's a cool idea.
Something like Big Al, like the Battle of Big Al from 2000, I believe it was. Yeah, tiny clues pieced together. And then we have 6 epic stories. So yeah, it's 6 episodes. But from what I gather, each episode is going to be actually 45 minutes long. So twice the length of a typical Walking With episode.
Nice.
And we open up with what looks like Quetzalcoatlus. Or some sort of Asdarkid. It's really hard to tell just how accurate they look, because it is kind of blackened out. But the proportions look quite nice, because, Asdarkids, they have quite big bodies, and their wings, like, they look kind of smallish in comparison, because their necks are so long, and their heads are so big. But these look extraordinary. Definitely, I remember their first attempt at a Quetzalcoatlus in the 1999 series. Let's be honest, it wasn't fooling anyone. That was just a remodeled Ornithochirus. What are these? Are these? They're some type of hadrosaur. I thought they might have been Parasaurolophus, but now I don't see a crest. In fact, I'm actually seeing a bit of a longer face. So, Edmontosaurus, maybe? Assuming this is taking place in North America. I'm assuming this is like the Alaskan episode. So these could either be Edmontosaurus regalis or Ugranaluk.
Oh,
Is Ugranaluk still valid, or is it not anymore? I've been hearing there's a lot of back and forth between Ugranaluk.
hmm.
But yeah, this is quite fascinating. We have a whole migrating herd. I'm sincerely hoping this episode isn't about, the dinosaurs migrating, because there's really no actual evidence of that. Unless
Plus, we already had that with the movie.
Yeah, we already have that with the movie, and also March of the Dinosaurs also did it. Yeah, this is really cool. Look at that, all those Edmontosaurs like kind of walking together. And we got some sort of giant sauropod here. I'm assuming this must be Titan, because we did get confirmation that it was a dinosaur that was going to be coming in. So this is probably Jurassic Portugal, if I'm assuming correctly. So we got the Titan looking over what looks like bones. And what a dramatic shot, too. You got the mountains in the back and the skeleton here. I'm assuming this means that it stumbled upon a dead one. Fascinating stuff.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, yeah. And we got the Spinosaurus with a baby here. I think this is the first time outside of Prehistoric Kingdom where we're seeing a baby Spinosaurus in any form of media. Okay, maybe that's a stretch. I think maybe Spiny from Dinosaur King counts because of the chibi form.
It's very rare.
It's very rare. Like, Spinosaur babies in media are almost non-existent in comparison to things like Triceratops and T-Rex. So it's nice to see that, like, not only is Spinosaurus getting a baby in Prehistoric Kingdom, but now one in Walking with Dinosaurs as well. And it looks quite nice.
I love how it's riding the mother's head. That's both like really adorable and like I'm assuming something they would do in real life, right?
I'm wondering if they took inspiration from crocodiles, because I believe there have been some instances where baby crocodiles would like ride on the top of the mother's head.
I see a capybara done it in a video.
Yeah. And then we have our first look at a baby Triceratops, and it is... Yep, that's a baby Triceratops. There's no other thing it could be. It is both ugly and cute at the same time. It looks like a little alien. It is a cute, ugly baby. There were baby Spinos in the Dino Dan series. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Well, the point is, baby Spinosaurus aren't as common as, like, other baby dinosaurs. Like, say, again, Triceratops and T-Rex. Because those normally take up the spotlight when it comes to that. But yeah, it is an ugly cute. It is both cute and ugly at the same time, but that's not its fault. It's just a baby Triceratops. It had no choice in that matter.
The ugly,
but it's also cute.
It caught both.
But like, this morph is looking quite accurate. The frill, it's hard to tell because of the angle, but it looks like the frill might be flat, like flat against the neck, because as Triceratops aged, the frill would actually lift to the point where it's above its head. Like, hold on, like this guy. So when they start out, their frills are just flat, almost flat against their necks. But as they grow, they curve upwards like that. Thank God I had my Beast of the Mesozoic trike on hand. Alright, but we got a baby trike and another look at the Albertosaurus by the looks of it. In the light, it looks quite nice. I do think the lips are a bit swollen on this one, or they're a bit too loose. Because, like, when we normally reconstruct theropod lips, they're kind of tight like a lizard's, not like excessive like that. But apart
It
from
looks like
that, it looks pretty good.
I love it.
There's no excess feathering. There's no other visible flaws I can see. This is a serviceable Albertosaurus, and I'm assuming it's fighting a Pachyrhinosaurus because I can see the frill and what looks like a horn over here. Or is it?
Maybe.
I think it could be a Pachyrhinosaurus, but this isn't the frill if that's the case.
It could be anything at this point, but we'll find out.
Like, oh wait, no, I see the boss like poking back there. Yeah, it's Albert. It's the Pachyrhinosaurus.
All right. Yeah, I see it too.
All right.
Good.
What are
Heck are
you?
you?
I'm gonna
Different.
hazard a guess to say this is Gastonia.
Yeah, I can see that.
Given
Maybe
one particular dinosaur that we see later in the trailer.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, like look at the skin detail of that. That is so crisp. Like you can see all the individual scales and the dermal armor.
Yeah, I will admit the CGI is a little eh. Like
Yeah, but
like the detail is great, but I do think it looks a little eh.
well, it doesn't have to have great CGI for it to be a good documentary.
Saying that, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just talking.
We have another look at the baby Pachyrhino. Let me go back. Let's see here. Yeah. He looks quite angry, actually. Look at that face. Ugh.
He's fucking pissed.
And it looks like
I can't believe I was in the Walking.
And it looks
I
like
can't believe I was in the Walking with. Sorry.
It looks like they're also. Oh God! Please don't tell me we're doing another migration episode. Because look at that! Look, they're all moving in the same direction all together. I really hope they're not going down that route.
He's angry because he was in the Walking with Dinosaur movie.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, but I think maybe there's also individual variation in the herd. Because this one's horns look a bit more curved than that one's.
That's a nice attention to detail.
Yeah, because no two dinosaurs are going to look exactly the same. We have what I'm assuming, again, is Lusotitan. And I guess sauropods with inflating nose sacs are a trend, because here it is again, but a bit more dramatic and a bit more suggestive.
Who are you calling Pinhead?
It actually makes me quite uncomfortable looking at this. And it makes me wonder if YouTube is going to demonetize me.
But don't mention it. If you don't mention it, you'll be fine.
But what is it with people now showing like sauropods with inflatable sacks, like
because it's cool. It's a cool detail. Makes them unique.
Yeah. I mean, at least this one's on the nose, and well, I guess on the top of the head, rather than on the neck like the Dreadnoughtus.
I swear.
We have quick shots here. Oh, are they trying to replicate like the openings and ending scene of Walking with Dinosaurs, where you saw like the landscape terraform like at super fast speed? This might be what they're trying to do here, because I see a coastal forest, sort of like an ashen sort of looking area. Maybe this is like where the dinosaurs became extinct. We have a desert. Okay, that's just a straight up cut in the scene, so I'm assuming that's just a random lightning strike. Oh no, they're doing a migration episode. No!
Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it will be good.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's funny because it's also the Pachyrhinosaurus. So no, they're literally retelling the movie.
Pachyrhinosaurus, not Pachyrhinoceros.
Pachyrhino. You know what I mean.
Just say Pachyrhino if you're going to say the short version.
Pachyrhino.
There you go.
Pachyrhino. They're retelling the same story is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Another look another close-up look at the Pachyrhino from a different shot. It looks pretty good. not really much else to say. It's a good looking Pachyrhinosaurus. I wonder if this is actually the right species. Because if you know anything about Walking with Dinosaurs, yeah, Pachyrhinosaurus is known from Alaska, but they used the wrong species. Because the Pachyrhinosaurus that we see in the movie is Pachyrhinosaurus lacusti, which is a Canadian species. The Alaskan species was Pachyrhinosaurus paratorum.
Is that one like...
That one doesn't have the frill horns in the center of the frill. So if this is taking place in Canada, then this is totally fine. But if this is Alaska, this is once again the wrong Pachyrhinosaurus to be portraying.
They make the same mistake twice.
I really hope not.
That would be the funniest thing ever, though. I'm sorry, it would be.
I will say that despite this, I still think I prefer the movie version of Pachyrhinosaurus. I don't know what it is. There's just more chunk to it. There's more detail to it. Also, all the colors between each individual are varied. So, yeah. Honestly, I still think I prefer the movie version of Pachyrhinosaurus, but this is totally fine.
You know the entire fan base is going to go after your neck because you prefer something from the movie, right?
I don't think they're going to care. Because let's be honest, Walking with Dinosaurs, the only reason it's bad is because of the dialogue. The only reason. And you can literally watch a dialogue-free version of the movie. The way it was intended. So I can say in full confidence that I prefer the Walking with Dinosaurs movie Pachyrhinosaurus more than this one. I don't prefer the actual movie, I just prefer the Cretaceous cut, which has no dialogue whatsoever. Again, with that migrating herd thing. Oh, I can actually see like a little baby. Oh, and there is actually individual variation, because some are brown and some are green. Maybe sexual dimorphism?
Please give me this.
Yeah, because look, we can see it again here. There's a brown and a green that are ramming each other. Ah, okay, so we get kind of a weird cut here because we see what looks like the Gastonia again. Like, bashing heads, which is something I've never seen ankylosaurs do. Because, like, I'm pretty sure it's... Well, I guess it makes sense for Gastonia because they don't have tail clubs. But there's been recent studies that suggest that ankylosaurs might have actually used their tail clubs for battling each other. In fact, there's a very infamous Tarchia skull that was found crushed by another one of its own kind's tail.
Damn.
So, talk about a very excessive wound. So, yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, these are Gastonia, again. And, again, we got individual variation because one's brown and one's green. We have another look at the baby Triceratops. I'm assuming with its mother. I don't see a herd, which I think is a bit more accurate because it's kind of believed Triceratops was a bit more of a solitary ceratopsian. So they might not have gathered it in such big herds. Oh, we actually do get a good look at the mother here. It's hard to tell by that angle, but it looks quite alright. It's definitely not Jurassic Parkified. It actually looks like a proper trike. And it's also good to see one alive, considering its only appearance was a carcass in the final episode of Walking with Dinosaurs being eaten by the T-Rex.
Wow, that's insulting to the Triceratops.
And the Ceratopsian we do see in Walking with Dinosaurs is the Torosaurus. It's relative. And I get they wanted to like give a more obscure dinosaur the spotlight, but you don't have to disrespect Triceratops that way. Still better than the one from Dino Dex. Yeah. And then we have another look at the baby trike. Yeah, that frill is actually properly flattened. And also, they've even got the shape of the frill right, because if you look on the baby, you know, they have like those epiparietals on the frill. Those are the spikes around the frill. But the adult doesn't have them. They're smoothed over, which is accurate, because as they grew older, the frills would smoothen out.
I love the the attention to details on the frill with the I don't know, scoots, what you call them, the scales, Like I love that.
What, like these or these?
Like the bump, the little bumps on the frill. That like
Yeah,
yeah, those.
I don't know if we actually. I'm pretty sure we do have like skin preserved for ceratopsian faces. I don't know if we have any skin preserved specifically from their frills.
Mm.
But yeah, again, we have the horn. But yeah, another interesting thing about baby Triceratops, their horns when they're first born just poke straight up. But after years and years and years, they'll start to curve and push forward. So
Like a goat.
right now they just look like two ice cream cones above its eyebrows. And we have a pretty good idea of what a Triceratops growth stage is like because we found several skulls of multiple individuals in various growth stages, from babies all the way to full-grown adults. All right, and we got some sort of what looks like a titanosaur, because I don't imagine any other sauropod having osteoderms on them. And also, that face looks like it's very heavily inspired by Argentinosaurs. Little known fact: Titanosaur skulls are almost non-existent. We have found very few remains of Titanosaur skulls. We don't know if it's because it's preservation bias, or we just haven't found them yet. We have found certain Titanosaur skulls, so through process of phylogenetic bracketing, we can assume what these Titanosaur heads look like. I am curious what genus this is meant to be. My guess would be Argentinosaurus, considering it was in Chased by Dinosaurs, which is a spin-off of Walking with Dinosaurs. But I could also be entirely wrong. For all I know, these might be Alamosaurus. These could even be Dreadnoughtus, for all I know. But if it is Alamosaurus, it would be a bit more like on the nose, because we actually do have, I believe, osteoderms from them. Either way, these look gorgeous. They are definitely a step above the almost ET looking Argentinosaurus from Chased by Dinosaurs. Because let's be honest, those things were quite hideous.
I'm gonna look one up right now.
Oh god, go ahead.
Oh!
Yeah, you see what I mean?
What is that?
You see what I mean? It is very... It looks so much like E.T. as a sock puppet.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the villain iguana from Disney's Dinosaur.
Krong?
Yeah, he looks like that in the face.
Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, that thing, I mean, it was fine for the time. But we now know the posture is wrong, and that head, oh my god, I don't know what they were thinking.
Again, to quote Patrick, it's got the ugly.
Yeah. But those were sins of the past. We're not talking about the present, and these Titanosaur heads, oh, gorgeous. Absolutely love them. They're very beautiful. And also, they're appropriately chunky. I don't see a single rib cage. That was another thing I had a problem with the designs of Walking with Dinosaurs. They were all shrink-wrapped, meaning... do you know the definition of shrink-wrapped when it comes to, dinosaurs?
Thin skin wrap around body?
Exactly. Skin so tightly wrapped around the body, you could actually see the skeleton kind of underneath. That only happens to animals that would be starving. If you see that in a dinosaur documentary, give them a sandwich. They need it.
Give them food. They're hungry.
These don't look like they're starving. They are full. I don't see a... Actually, come to think of it, I haven't seen a single shrink-wrapped creature yet. Which is fascinating. Oh god, are they referencing the movie here by having... I know the one in the movie is Gorgosaurus, but Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus are very closely related, and in fact, may have actually lived alongside each other. So I'm curious if this is meant to be a nod to the movie with an Albertosaurine, because Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus, they're tyrannosaurs, but they come from a specific lineage called Albertosaurines, aptly named because it's named after Albertosaurus, which are lightly built, medium-sized tyrannosaurs that are typically from northern North America, mostly like Canada or the like. So I'm curious if they're referencing the movie by having an Albertosaurine grab a Quetzalcoatlus, like they did in the movie. That said, that Quetzalcoatlus is remarkably small. Maybe like a juvenile morph. And it looks like it might have actually been scavenging a kill, because it looks like there's a carcass here of some kind. Or it's just a very weirdly shaped rock.
No, that's gotta be a carcass. Like, look at the ribs.
Yeah. Or maybe it's an upturned ammonite.
Maybe.
Yeah, look at the patterning on that. You know what that patterning reminds me of? Like on the body?
What?
Prehistoric Park's T-Rex. Which is ironic, because that T-Rex is actually meant to be the Albertosaurus. They just never made the one for the T-Rex, so they just reused it. I mean, I get it. Time, money, but god damn is it very noticeable that it's clearly meant to be Albertosaurus.
You can clearly tell.
Yep. But yeah, it's got it by the foot. I'm assuming, it's dragging it down so it can eat it. I'm assuming these are, oh my god, look at those colors on the Lucititan.
Beautiful.
Those are gorgeous. You don't normally think of sauropods as being very brightly colored, because they're big animals. Big animals typically aren't very colorful. But these, oh my god, they're gorgeous. And it looks like we're having like some sort of nod to Prehistoric Planet, where we see the Dreadnoughtus fight in episode 2. And I'm all for that. I like to see, sauropods do more than just be carnivore fodder.
Yeah, it's cool to see them fight like that. You don't get that a lot, so I think it makes it very unique.
Actually, is Lucititan a like a macronarian or a titanosaur? Let me look this up real fast. I'm pretty sure it's like related to Brachiosaurus.
I mean, it does have a very Brachiosaurus-looking head.
Lucititan. Let's see here. A genus of herbivorous Brachiosaurid. So it is actually closely related to Brachiosaurus. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but they should have like a thumb spike. That's the one thing about Prehistoric Planet's Titanosaurs, I will say, is that they got the feet wrong. They got the back feet fine, but Titanosaurs do not have that thumb spike on their front feet. They just walked on their feet, just looked like columns of flesh. There were no claws, no nails, nothing. With sauropods like macronarians and diplodocids, the only exposed digit was a thumb spike. It's hard to tell because it moves quite fast, so I can't really say if there is a thumb spike or not. Ooh. Individual Spinosaurus variation, because look at the crests. We got this one. I'm assuming this is the main Spinosaurus we're going to follow for the episode. The crest is a bit more pointed, and then we got this one here, which is a bit more rounded. And also, it's a darker color. Interesting. Okay. I like this. I like it a lot. Oh! We got claws.
Claws.
And some sort of theropod.
Is it
obscured. I think I know what this is. If we are looking at a scene from Jurassic Portugal, I think I know exactly what dinosaur this is. The one
what is it?
And only Torvosaurus. The giant megalosaur. And I believe Torvosaurus actually holds the record for the biggest megalosaur we know so far. Which is ironic because it's in the family Megalosaur. Yeah, I don't know if the creature, like the hand that we see here, is also from Torvosaurus or possibly the European species of Allosaurus. It'd be really cool if it was, because I'd like to see their fresh take on an Allosaurus now that 25 years has passed. But from what I can see, the Torvosaurus, it looks like it's like a bright red color. And that silhouette reminds me a lot about Prehistoric Kingdom's Torvosaurus. Because, I don't know if you've seen that one, it is also red and black. What is it with people making Torvosaurus red and black? That seems to be a common thing. It started with Dinosaur King, then Dinosaur Revolution, then Prehistoric Kingdom, now this. Do people have an obsession with making this thing look like the devil?
I mean, it is like a bigger, scarier apex predator of the Jurassic period than the Allosaurus, so maybe.
Well, you say that, but I feel like Torvosaurus would have been specialized in different prey than Allosaurus, so they wouldn't be competing with one another. That's not to say that they didn't compete, but the chances of them actually fighting over the same resources would have been slim. Because why would there be two giant apex predators in the same location? It would be physically impossible for there to be two giant predators in one location if they didn't specialize in different prey.
Yeah.
And then we have what I'm assuming is Utah Raptor. Because I know for a fact they could, like, I don't know where I saw this, but it was like an official source that said Utah Raptor was going to be coming in. And oh my god, if this is the Utah Raptor, it is leagues and bounds better than the featherless plucked chicken that we got from 1999. Look at that. That is gorgeous.
I kind of wish it had the little drop in its jaw.
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure it does. It's just that it's obscured by the lips. Because you wouldn't really see that if the mouth is closed. The mouth would still close flush. But look at that. I am kind of bummed it's not the same yellow and black color that we got from 1999. I was kind of hoping that, like, with the returning dinosaurs, the colors would remain the same, but the models would be different. But honestly, this is still pretty good. I love this Utah Raptor. I'm pretty sure I can say with full confidence this is Utah Raptor because of the skull. There is no other dromaeosaur that looks like a mix between a raptor and a T-Rex more than Utah Raptor. So yeah, I think I can say with full confidence this is meant to be Utah Raptor. Oh! You were saying? I see the dip. I see the dip in the jaw.
All right.
That is at the moment at least a diagnostic feature of Utah Raptor.
It's hard to tell with the lips. You judge me?
This might actually be a female because this one looks like it has a different color palette than the other one. Because I don't see any red on there. So this one might be a male. This one might be a female. I can also probably guess Utah Raptor because Gastonia. And I believe these two may have actually been in conflict with one another. We see this Utah Raptor, I'm guessing trying to lunge for Gastonia, but honestly don't think that's a good idea. Because the tail is, while it lacks a club, is quite saw-like. It has a bunch of spines on it. Okay, and we got a Triceratops facing up against a full-grown Quetzalcoatlus, which I don't recommend. I know that Quetzalcoatlus northropi is not known in the Hell Creek Formation, but there is a smaller species of Quetzalcoatlus known as Quetzalcoatlus lawsoni, which is about as tall as a man, that did live in Hell Creek.
Alright, I know I was already complaining about the CGI earlier, but, oof. I mean, come on, like, look at that baby Triceratops. Like, the rendering isn't that great.
I mean, yeah, but the rendering doesn't have to be everything. I mean, look at that. Like, the impact of the beak hitting the dirt, that dirt is being physically moved. Which must take a lot of effort to do to pull off that illusion. We have a lightning strike and the herd of Pachyrhinosaurs again. I'm assuming this is gonna try to like replicate the film to some degree. Aha! And we actually get a look at the Edmontosaurus. It looks like we have Edmontosaurus regalis, which is the one that we know for a fact has that comb over its head. We also see like the scaly texture on the neck that I believe is actually known because we actually have mummies of Edmontosaurus. It's part of the reason why we know they have a comb, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might just be blowing smoke up my own ass. And of course, once again, it is being cannon fodder for a Tyrannosaur. Uh,
Mm.
one of these days, I would like one of these documentaries to portray Hadrosaurs as more than just cannon fodder.
Yeah, can we just have one like actually being able to fight back, please?
Yeah. Utah Raptors running in a forest, it looks like. The detailing is like immaculate, like the flames like reflecting from their skin. They also look like they have the proper wing feathers and the tail fans. Another shot of the Gastonia. Wandering through the
Beautiful.
fire. Beautiful, beautiful work. Also, those shoulder spines are quite large.
It's a big boy.
Oh yeah, he's hefty. Another shot of
Oh,
the Luso Titan.
you know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of something.
What?
Dude, you serious? The T-Rex scene in Walking with Dinosaurs, the original scene with the
Oh
T-Rex on
yeah,
the hill.
but instead of the T Rex, it looks like the Luso Titan.
Yeah.
Ah. So they turned Spinosaurus from crocodile to duck. They're really embracing the waterfowl looking appearance of this. Because we see Mama and 4 babies all lined up in a row behind it. That's really cute.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
I mean, I guess it's because like they're too big for her to carry in her mouth like a crocodile.
Yeah.
And then we have all of them sleeping together. I don't think we've ever seen parental care in Spinosaurus before, so this is interesting behavior. Oh, look at the baby! The scales on the snout are very crocodile-like.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cute. I like that. We have 2 Albertosaurs. I'm assuming Purple Face is a female, Blue Crest is a male, given, males typically have brighter colors. We have Nuzzling, so, theropods. Like, Tyrannosaurs especially have very sensitive snouts. They have sensors along their face that are basically our equivalent to touch. Very sensitive. And there's 2 reasons for this. One, it could be like, Tyrannosaurs will show affection to each other by rubbing their snouts together, or it's a weak spot because, like, we have several Tyrannosaur skulls, not just T-Rex, but Tyrannosaurs as a whole, that have puncture marks in their face from when they were bitten by another Tyrannosaur. So it could be a way for them to show affection, or it could be a weak spot to get the fight to stop.
Maybe both.
Probably both. We have another shot of the Pachyrhinosaurus and baby. The Luso Titan, this is just a lovey-dovey like sort of shot, like with all these dinosaurs together. We're seeing more sexual dimorphism. The male's kind of like a reddish pink with a blue head. This female is like greeny brown with like an orange crest. Oh, interesting. So they're showing sexual dimorphism with the Edmontosaurus, with the males only having the comb, which is odd because I think it'd be present. I would hope it would be present in both, but hey ho. We have a shot of some theropod's eye, and I am happy that it is not, a slit pupil like a snake or a cat, and that it's a round pupil like a lizard or a bird. Because
I'm so
slit pupils are normally reserved for animals that hunt close to the ground, like cats, like snakes, like things like that. It's not typically for animals that don't like hunt very close to the ground, like say Tyrannosaurus Rex or even raptors.
Yeah, I'm just sick of it. So I'm very glad.
I mean, it's a cool aesthetic for a movie monster, but for a documentary creature, not so much. Oh God, you got games on your phone?
Oh,
that's what he's saying.
That is a cursed image.
Oh, what the? Where'd that bird come from?
That's not a bird. That's the tail. That's the custodian's tail.
The tail. Oh, the Gastonia tail. Okay, I was about to say, where did that bird come from? Because, like, to me, that's a wing. That's a face. That's another wing.
Yeah.
But not. Oh, he's got a. Oh, that I think that Utahraptor's dead.
Oh
It
yeah,
just
no, its jaw is
it looked
broke.
like it looked like it just got impaled. Oh wait, no,
Oh,
it lost an
oh,
eye. It lost an eye.
oh,
I can see like a
shit!
streak of blood on the face.
My God, it's got spikes in its face.
No, it's a cut.
Oh, okay, yeah, but holy shit!
If this Utahraptor somehow survived this, it's got quite a story to tell.
Well, I got a story to tell my grandchildren one day.
I wonder if this is meant to be like a little jab at primitive war with the Cyclops.
I doubt it. I don't know why.
Instead of a knife, it took a Gastonia's tail to the face.
God damn.
We see what looks like Mama Spinosaurus or some random Spinosaurus fight. I don't know which one's which. It could be either the mother being bit or the mother biting another Spino. And it looks like we have another new confirmed species, Onchopristis. Because there's one particular frame where you can see the bill. Onchopristis being a prehistoric sawfish from Cretaceous Africa.
Yeah.
Which we actually know Spinosaurus hunted because we have a very infamous jawbone that has an Onchopristis like tooth, I guess, the things that line the bill, in its mouth.
Nice.
So we do know they actually hunted them. Ooh. Okay, so we're kind of taking it back to Torosaurus Walking with Dinosaurs because we see like eye patches on the Triceratops frill. And what I'm assuming looks like the T-Rex. Although that shot is very unflattering.
We're finally getting a T-Rex versus Triceratops fight after so long. Thank you.
When was the last time we even saw a Triceratops and T-Rex fight? Probably Clash of the Dinosaurs was the last time we saw it in a documentary. Or the last day of the dinosaurs, which was just Clash of the Dinosaurs, but edited differently.
Or was it even the Telltale Jurassic Park game?
I'm pretty sure Clash of the Dinosaurs came after.
But still, like it's been so long. I'm very happy to finally see this.
Clash of the Dinosaurs. 2009. Okay, so Telltale actually came after. So Telltale was literally the last time we ever saw a Triceratops and T-Rex fighting each other. I mean, Prehistoric Planet kind of hinted at it, but again, the Triceratops was dead and the T-Rex was eating it.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, can we please do that in the movie? I beg of you.
Like, you want to have these unrealistic dinosaur fights? Why not have two dinosaurs that actually would have fought each other? And it looks it looks like the T-Rex is dodging the trike here. It's not letting itself get hit. Another Onchopristis. Maybe it's the same one as before. I don't know why it's spiky.
It's cool. I don't care. It's cool.
We actually see a Spinosaurus lunge from under the water to get it. I don't know what the current consensus is about Spinosaurus. We know that it can swim. We can no longer argue that. But I don't know if it was capable of diving like this. But either way, it's a cool shot. I like it. Well, this is quite comical, isn't it?
That's meme material right there. That's meme material.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look.
Internet?
Let's discuss this T-Rex. I still have the same opinion as before. It's fine. The lips, once again, they shouldn't be that loose around the mouth. They should actually be quite tight, like a lizard's. The lacrimal horns should be a bit more prominent and pointed. The eyes feel like they're a bit too sunken in the head. And the ridges along the snout should be a bit more obvious than this. But apart from that, it is still definitely better than what we got in 1999. We also have appropriately sized jowls, too. Like, the side of the jaw is quite swollen, which we believe T-Rex did have, because that would have been, like, muscle attachments to, it would give it kind of like I got stung by a bee look.
Yeah.
and this unsuspecting Quetz, I'm assuming, is about to get munched.
Again, meme material. Internet, do what you want with this image. Just do something with it.
Yep. And then the classic Walking with Dinosaurs logo right there. No release date, however.
I have a strong feeling it's going to release somewhere like later down the year, like maybe fall.
And there does seem to be a single word about a release date, which is kind of a bugger.
I think they'll release it like sometime after, I'm assuming around like late 2025.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that has been the reaction and breakdown of Walking with Dinosaurs. After seeing the trailer, I can say that I'm hyped. I'm hoping it can live up to the expectations that I have put out for it. Well, it's not just me, but like Walking with Dinosaurs as a documentary set a precedent for how people should portray dinosaurs in 1999. And for a while, it did that with stuff like, Prehistoric Park, The Truth About Killer Dinosaurs. It's releasing June 16th. Okay, there's my answer.
All right.
Okay, so we have a release date. June 16th is, I'm assuming, when the first episode airs. As I was saying, it set a precedent. And stuff like The Truth About Killer Dinosaurs, Prehistoric Park, the various sequels and spin-offs that were made from it, When Dinosaurs Roamed America. That was what I would call the golden age of dinosaur documentaries. And then stuff like Jurassic Fight Club, Clash of the Dinosaurs, and Monsters Resurrected came out, and people didn't care about making good documentaries. They cared about making dinosaurs into monsters.
Because money.
No, because that's what they come thinking it's an animal documentary, and then are totally culture blasted into thinking dinosaurs were the movie monsters we've come to believe in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. Let's be honest, dinosaurs are the perfect movie monsters because, in a sense, they were real monsters.
Yeah.
But just because it looks like a monster doesn't mean it is. They're still animals. And they deserve to be treated with a lot more respect than they did in the late 2000s.
And in 65.
And then the 2010s came, and we got stuff like Dinosaur Revolution, which, yeah, those dinosaurs are actually pretty good. They are kind of anthropomorphized because it's actually based on a comic book series. It wasn't actually supposed to be a documentary at first. So if you watch it not as a documentary, but as entertainment, it's quite good. I like it. And then you have Planet Dinosaur, which came out with a lot of fanfare, and everyone seems to like it. And there wasn't really anything after that. It kind of went silent. The Paleosphere kind of went silent for a while. And then, coming out of the woodwork, came Prehistoric Planet. And the world has... I don't need to say it, but its praise has been sung the world over as the best paleo documentary ever released since Walking with Dinosaurs. Almost to the point where people are saying it's the spiritual successor to Walking with Dinosaurs. It doesn't capture the spirit, but it does capture, the quality we expected any dinosaur documentary to, have. Then Stephen Fry's Dinosaur came out, which I can't even take seriously as a documentary. If anything, it's a parody of a documentary.
Yeah.
Life on Our Planet came. The hype was there, but it was dead on arrival because it was shit. And for some unholy reason, it won an Emmy, and it also is apparently getting a season 2. So, yay me, I get to suffer again.
I mean, I thought everything around the dinosaurs was decent, but yeah, the dinosaur stuff really sucked.
Yeah, and you know what sucks? They were actually going to make the dinosaurs look how they should. But then some of the executive producers were like, you know what? They don't look scary enough. Motherfucker.
Kidding me?
I was in the Discord last night talking about this because
Oh,
we were all talking about like our hopes for Walking with Dinosaurs, and one person spoke that like you don't when you watch a documentary, you watch it to get information, not because it's scary. Like you don't watch a tiger just like kill all the time. I mean, yeah, that's what they do. They're carnivores, but you come there to learn about tigers, not just like watch them kill shit. Not watch them be scary all the time. Because they're not just scary monsters, they're real animals. They struggle to survive, just like anything else. They have
well,
families, they have homes.
well, when you do a reaction to more life on our planet, I'll be there to suffer with you, so don't worry.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm like, why should dinosaurs be different? You don't want. I mean, yeah, they can be scary, but that's not all they are. They are real creatures, and they should be treated as such, not just puppeteers to make movie monsters. And that's where I feel like life on our planet failed, because some higher up said, "Let's make them scarier," and also, anytime the dinosaurs were on scene, they were either hunting or killing. Hunting, killing, or attracting a mate.
Or, just straight up, just reusing models from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the reuse of assets from Jurassic World. I'm looking at you, Allosaurus, a Diplodocus.
And don't forget the Diplodocus.
Yeah, clearly not a Patasaurus. And it's being narrated by Bertie Carvel. Who's Bertie Carvel? That's no Kenneth Branagh.
Hello.
Well, I hope it still has the same composer or Hans Zimmer. I would give Hans Zimmer a chance, given his soundtrack from Prehistoric Planet is quite awesome. I still listen to the main theme from it like every now and again. Because, like, oh my god, if The Lion King and Walking with Dinosaurs soundtrack had a baby, this would be it. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Hans Zimmer did the music for The Lion King.
Nice.
If I'm not,
No, Savannah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure
Yeah.
someone will tell us if we're right or wrong in the comments.
Yep. It's Walking with Dinosaurs in name only, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with, like, don't get me wrong, this looks cool, but it's like it's not giving me Walking with Dinosaur vibes.
Well,
like it doesn't have.
Well, at the moment, they're only showing us key shots to get the audience pulled in. Remember, each episode is going to be 45 minutes long, and they're all going to be based around actual scientific discoveries. Like the Spinosaurus, already leagues and bounds better than Planet Dinosaurs from 2014. And that's not to say that the Spinosaurus doesn't look bad. It's just a product of the time when we thought Spinosaurus looked like that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that in 2025 we're getting a more accurate Spinosaurus.
This has just been year of Spinosaurus. We got
Yeah.
Rebirth. We got Rebirth. We got Primitive War. We got this. Insert the Year of the Shadow.
And Prehistoric Kingdom with the baby Spinosaurus coming.
Oh yeah. Year of the Spino. I'm very happy for the dude. He's finally getting a spotlight.
Yeah, I saw you say it's releasing June 16th. Now, you can have a good trailer and all, but you know what? That can only get you so far, because I thought Godzilla Singing the Points trailer was awesome. And when it came out, it was shit. I was lulled into a false sense of security, and I got burned for it.
I thought 65 trailer looked great, and look how that's actually the Jurassic World Dominion trailers look great, and look how that turned out.
Well, that's the difference. I hated 65's trailer, and I still hate the movie. With Dominion, I like the trailer. I kind of like the movie, but not as much as I would have liked. Because, as I've said countless times before, I won't defend Dominion's choices, but I can't flat out say I hate it. I can't bring myself to hate any of the Jurassic film or show properties, because it comes from greed. Let's be honest, they are milking this franchise to death. But at the same time, it also comes from a place of passion.
It comes from passion from the creators.
Yeah.
It's just the higher ups that clearly want money.
Yeah. And in the words of Colin Trevorrow, yeah, Jurassic Park is inherently not franchisable because none of the other movies have really captured the spirit of the first film. Chaos Theory, on the other hand, has actually come closest. And that's not a film, that's a show.
Lost World is the closest, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I guess Lost World too. And the composer for the original Walking with Dinosaurs said he's not returning. No! Okay, so Benjamin Bartlett is not returning to make the music.
So this literally has nothing to do with the original series except for the title.
You know what? Maybe they can do without, okay? I have high hopes that this can stand on its own 2 feet. A proper sequel doesn't have to have the same narrator or the same composer. But either way, I am excited. I sincerely hope this does live up to the hype. Because, like, these dinosaur models already are fantastic. I don't need, like, a good... I'm hoping these are compelling stories, because as good as Prehistoric Planet was, it was more like a collection of anthology stories, rather than one single adventure following a main character dinosaur.
Yeah.
Whereas Walking with Dinosaurs, you had a central character. It feels wrong calling them that, like, because but at the same time they kind of are, because we follow them throughout the entire story. In the first episode, we follow the Coelophysis and the Cynodon. In the second episode, we follow Diplodocus. In the third, Ophthalmosaurus. Fourth, by far the most driven of them all, Ornithochirus. I think we had the most story because we follow this one Ornithochirus as he goes on this grand adventure that now we know definitely didn't happen. The Leonosaur in the 5th episode, and then finally the T-Rex in the last episode. And it didn't stop there, because the spin-offs, like Walking with Beasts and Walking with Monsters, even though Walking with Monsters was a severe drop in quality, still followed that same style of having one central creature focused on the story. Even though Walking with Monsters still had 3 time periods take place in a single episode.
Wait, was it not a good series?
Oh, it was perfectly fine. But it was definitely a steep drop in quality. Like, it's still quite good, but it was starting to show the cracks of the golden age of dinosaur I guess at this point, prehistoric documentaries. I think that was the crack that was forming that would eventually result in things like Jurassic Fight Club and Clash of the Dinosaurs coming out of the woodwork. Because there was every single episode was quite bloody or violent.
I'm up for bloody and violent, but just make the dinosaurs animals, not monsters.
They do, but it feels like this was, and also it is kind of heavily reliant on like our ancestors versus this. Like, it was something that life on our planet got wrong. That like adaptation is about either you survive or die. And that's not really how evolution works. Evolution is the progression of a species from one stage to the next. It's not like you either adapt or you die. It's adapt, overcome. That's why we as a species, exist. That's why every species today exists. Because they adapted to change.
I mean, we're the most dominant species on the planet because we evolved so differently.
Exactly. This feels more like a sequel to Dinosaur Planet than Walking with Dinosaurs. It doesn't mean... Yeah, because, like, I love Planet Dinosaurs. Are you kidding me? Even though that feels like it's more like about a deviant with a character with a name. Like an OC. But I don't care because it's really good. And also, I think it was the first introduction of feathered velociraptors in any... any documentary or really any paleo media in general.
I have to watch that series.
Oh my god, yeah. Just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it again. It's so good.
Maybe if I have the equipment, I'll live stream. I'll make a live stream series of it on YouTube. We'll see.
Yeah. But suffice it to say, yeah, they called it because of money. But also, I feel like the other reason they're doing this is because they want to bring the audience back to Walking with Dinosaurs, but to a new public face. It's been 25 years. A lot of paleo science has moved on. We now know so much more about them. We're still only scratching the surface, though. Let's be honest here. We still don't know a lot about these things. But in the 25 years since it originally aired, we've learned so much, and already it looks so promising. I am honestly excited about this, and I think what I'm gonna do. I just watched it again this month, and I think what I'm gonna do is leading up to the first episode of this one. I'm gonna be doing a live watch party of the original series.
Ooh. I'll have to like buy the original series, or maybe I still have the DVD of it. But
It's
I'll
also
try and enjoy it if I.
I'm pretty sure it's also on Prime.
Oh, all right, all right.
But suffice it to say, I am very much looking forward to Walking with Dinosaurs Series 2, I guess we can call it. I am Surviving Earth might have Spinosaurus even if it's coming out in 2026. Yeah, that is also true.
Yeah.
But at the moment, until Surviving Earth comes out, this is the dinosaur documentary I want to keep my eyes on because it's here. And it's not too far away either. You said it's June, right? So April, May, June. 3 months from now, we will finally get our first glimpse at Walking with Dinosaurs 2. So, yeah, stay tuned on the channel for if another trailer drops. And eventually when we actually do our reaction to Walking with Dinosaurs. Well, not reaction so much as just like reliving it. I am thoroughly excited. I hope you guys are too. I still remain cautiously optimistic, but I'm sincerely hoping this trailer has not, left anything out like, say, I don't know, live animal segments.
Yeah. He got so angry with that series. It's so funny.
Oh my god. Don't remind me. And I got to go through it again, it looks like.
Hey, you know what? I think we still got a couple of years left, so don't worry about it right now.
I know. So I'm like, this is the reward I get for watching the first season. But when the second season comes, I'm like, why? Why must I subject myself to this torture?
Maybe it will be better?
I don't hold out hope for that. But yeah, that's going to have to be the end of the reaction. Thank you, Zug, for joining me. No problem. I can't wait. I'm hoping this can capture my childhood. I highly doubt it will. Because Walking with Dinosaurs is such a high bar to clear. And so far, the only documentary that's actually, in my opinion, actually clear the bar was Prehistoric Planet. To the point where I can't say I like one more than the other, because it's even. Walking with Dinosaurs, if you watch my review, holds a special place in my heart as like my introduction to dinosaur documentaries and kind of made me who I am today. I literally probably wouldn't be here on YouTube talking about dinosaurs if it weren't for this documentary and Jurassic Park being a main staple of my life. I would not be the biggest dinosaur nerd without the series. So I highly doubt it could do it. But if this documentary could somehow capture my childlike imagination that I had when I was like 2 or 3 years old when I first saw it, oh my god, I might not be emotionally prepared for it.
I'll be very happy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna have to be the end of it. So if you enjoyed this reaction and you're looking forward to more Walking with Dinosaurs content, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new. We did start members, so for like $2 a month, you get access to videos 1 week early. You also get special emotes and loyalty badges. And all my other links, like to my Discord, my social media, that's all in the description down below with the link tree. And until next time, this is Tyrannospy signing off. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then.